Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ray, and we are here to jump into episode 14 of Desire, the series. So, last episode we had, what happened? We had basically the recovery of Fallout from the kidnapping, and and Huang finally just outright told Xing Xiaoyou that he is an enigma. Xing Xiaoyou obviously did not believe him because he's a flat earther. I compared him in the last episode to being a flat earther. And so it's going to take a lot to finally convince this man that enigmas are real. Even with him made it to one. He doesn't believe that he's made it. Even with him made it to an enigma, it's still going to take him a while, I think, before he finally just admits the truth that he is not the pinnacle of power in their world. As an S-class alpha, that is in fact someone who's more powerful than him. What else? Oh yeah, and Gaotu, learning that he's pregnant, decided to quit his job. He's been doing his employee exit procedures. And Shimmerlan is unable to express his true feelings. So he's about to miss out on the best thing in his life. Deadass. Anyway. Oh yeah, we ended with Xing Xiaoyou and Huang learning that they're over 90% compatible, of course. And that Xing Xiaoyou's irregular pheromone imbalance that he's been experiencing, that he's been experiencing for the last year or so because of Huang's presence and meddling, has now settled down after he of course doesn't believe it, but it's because he's been permanently marked by Huang, and they are having regular sex. So his pheromone imbalance is balanced now. But yeah, we're at the doctor's and we're about to hear Huang threaten this man. All right, I'm ready to watch the episode. Let's just get into it.
合度应该超过了90%，它的安抚信息素对您很有帮助。同房可以帮助稳定您的信息素。
So Xing Xiaoyou knows that he's only ever had sex with Huang in the last year, but Huang thinks that Xing Xiaoyou has been spending some of his earlier ruts with other people, because he doesn't know that Xing Xiaoyou's doctor has been prescribing him with spray, with omega pheromone spray to help him get through his ruts so that he doesn't have to be with a partner, and he also can leave Huang, because at the time they thought that Huang was injured and would have there would be a negative impact to being around Xing Xiaoyou during his rut. So it's like a whole kind of miscommunication, because they ain't sitting there and being honest about their sexual and medical history while they're in an intimate relationship. And this is where you get.
别发疯，我没有。
Right, he's trying to tell him, I've never been with anybody since the last few months.
懂了。
But you.
如果二位是小众性取向，其实
Oh
还
yeah,
是可以
they're
尝试
Omegaverse.
从人工提取的安抚信息素。
Well, okay, that's a good question. Obviously in the Omegaverse, sexuality and sexual orientation is determined by your secondary gender, right? There's 3 genders, right? There's alpha, there's omega, there's beta. And then your primary gender takes kind of a backseat to those, and can be generally only really important if you're like a beta, right? But if you have an enigma, technically in this world, we have evolved to have 4 genders, because it's omega, alpha, beta, and now enigma. So he's thinking that they're both alphas, so therefore they're Omegaverse gay. But Huang isn't an alpha. He's an enigma. He's a 4th gender. So essentially they both are pan. They're both Omegaverse pansexual, possibly. Certainly, all enigmas are compatible with any subgender, right? Like they can be with omegas, they can be with betas, they can be with alphas, and have literal biological compatibility with any one of them, depending on, the person, of course. So essentially, enigmas are biologically pan because they can be with any of the others. I assume that they could probably be with enigmas too. I just, they would just be Omegaverse. They would be Omegaverse gay. Like, if it was Enigma, that would probably be Omegaverse gay, right? But it's like, why are we, I guess that like betrays this, bias, right? This sociological bias to superimpose our own terminology onto a fictional world, because essentially these words mean nothing to this universe, right? Because a lot of our words for sexual orientation in our world is based on a gender binary, which, we could have a whole conversation about whether or not that's real, or whether it's a social construct, and whether being a social construct means that it's not real or means that it is real, but therefore mutable. Anyway, that's a whole separate conversation. But a lot of our language, gay, straight, bisexual, pansexual, these things are almost built out of our concept of a kind of gender binary, which may or may not exist, et cetera, et cetera. But we can't take those terms and really apply them to this world. I know we do in fiction, and I know we do in the stories and in fanfics and stuff like that. And on forums, we say that, oh yeah, alpha is Omegaverse gay. But it's like, is there an Omegaverse gay? Does that mean anything? Because those two are completely new genders. Alpha is a completely different gender from a man or a woman, right? Like, because a man or a woman could be an alpha, both of them, Like, it doesn't matter. You could be non-binary, but also an alpha. Like, it doesn't matter. Those things don't apply. So do you then, as a storyteller, do you come up with new terminology for it? Then how do you convey that to an audience, right? Like, because we are experiencing this through the lens of our world and our thinking and our own biases that we're bringing to this. Like, it's such a weird conundrum because I think the introduction of the Enigma into the Omegaverse lore, like, really, truly, if you were being honest, really, truly presents an interesting commentary on the way that we perceive gender and sexual orientation, because it doesn't really fit for us to call them gay or straight or anything like that, because all of these genders are fake genders, are made up, are new, are different, right? Like, these are different genders. So why are we even still trying to fit them within, these boxes of, our perception of gender and sexual orientation? Why are we even talking about it like that? I don't know. This is a very, I don't know why I decided to pause right here in the beginning of this recording and have this discussion. But it's interesting, right? It's interesting. Like, when maybe we should just let go of it because they aren't Omegaverse gay, because there's no such, let's use a different word for it. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But it's an interesting discussion to have. Anyway, let's keep going.
因为有很多患者接受了这个信息素的慰藉之后，他的信息素紊乱症，他就好了。
不用了，盛先生有我。
Is this low? I feel like this is low for me. Let me turn the volume up a little.
对，在忙，离我远点。
It might just be their mixing, because sometimes their mixing is a little.
想爬盛先生的床， 离得太远怎么行啊？
He just got back from the doctors and he's feeling so good about the fact that they're 90%, more than 90% compatible. Possibly even 100%.
医生让你多和伴侣同房，盛先生，你是不想择医主了？
Not the doctor's
医
orders.
生说的是 omega， 你是吗？我不是啊，但我想亲你，行不行啊，盛先生？
I am happy that he's continuously asking permission before he kisses, because he has done a lot of dubious shit to this man. Listen, I actually like Huang. I think he's a really interesting character, right? But he has done so much shit to this man when he was unconscious, when he was lying to him, manipulating him, deceiving him. Like, you absolutely have to reestablish your relationship now in which you are respecting this man's boundaries. And this is a little iffy because he's like asking but then still kisses him before he could say yes, but it's still less dubious than it was in the past, so I will take it. But I have clocked that he, ever since he marked him and realized and started actually being genuinely honest with him about who he is and his intentions and everything like that, he's actually made an effort to try and to at least attempt to respect this man's boundaries.
行不行啊，盛先生？
He's made an attempt. It's very... This music. He's like, fucking hell. He's out of condoms. This music is very, we're going on a day trip to the beach.
用不着。可是万一
That's bad.
怎么？难道你觉得你很脏？盛先生，你怎么这么误会我？
He really do be taking everything the wrong
可没
way.
有碰过任何人。到底做不做？废话那么多干嘛？那要是有了，你可
All right, we're going bareback, but at the same time, because Xing Xiaoyu is a flat earther, he doesn't believe that he's about to get fucking pregnant. He's definitely going to get impregnated from this. Like we said, what if it has? Don't blame me. Don't blame us. Because he has multiple times been like, listen, let's be careful. Like, I'm not an omega. Like, all right, sir. Live your life.
发疯也要有个限度吧，真把老子当 omega 了。
Absolutely about to get pregnant. We know they're not, you know, they're getting regular, you know, checkups and stuff like that. So, and Huang has never had, like he said, has never had sex with anybody but Xing Xiaoyu in his entire life. So we know that they are essentially exclusive right now since Xing Xiaoyu is not having sex with anybody else either. So they're probably okay when it comes to, you know, STDs and things like that. You know, because Xing Xiaoyu has been getting regular doctor visits, going to regular doctor visits recently because of his imbalance. So the only thing that can come out of this is pregnancy. Oh, goodness. Oh, hold on. All right, let's keep going. Jesus.
别
This
他妈
guy
催
is
了，
so...
老子他妈在你们那边输了那么多钱，什么时候少过你们？
行，那我再给你3天时间，要是3天之内你还不上，就别怪我不客气。
Yeah, you about to have some leg breakers up in your fucking apartment. Like, sir? And he's paying for all these attempted shitty-ass assassins. Just taking L's left and right. Like, just go out and get a job, bro. And do your job appropriately, because let's not forget, he was the one who did the construction on that library that collapsed. That was my reward. Oh, he's in it. Let me tell you, this show is the first show I've ever seen that clothing accessory. Shirt stays, they're called. New kink unlocked. Cause what? I have never heard of them before this show. Cause I don't really date men anymore, so. And when I did, it wasn't any men who wore suits like this. I did not know that existed at all. Okay, he still don't believe he's marked. Hilarious. He has said it multiple times, sir. Rip to you. This man does not have a single other outfit but this. We have seen him like what 3 times, maybe 4, and in 3 of those 4, he has worn this like 88 Rising shirt and this pink blazer. It's nice, but I have noticed that he's worn it almost every time we've seen him. Except for the one outfit. He has like 2 outfits, literally.
不好意思，您找谁？
盛少游，我大哥。
您稍等一下。
Yeah, he's right. He warned you. He warned you multiple times, sir. But he's too much of a flat earther. I'm so sorry. I know he's not an actual flat earther, you guys. I'm just saying the vibes are similar. Going to break in? Oh no, he's awake. Come on. Get to the door. Ooh, you can see the pheromones leaking out a little. It's going crazy in there.
盛先生，你在里面吗？
No.
盛先生现在不太方便见外人，陈秘书请自重。
Yeah, you do not want to be in there, sir.
是这样的，大哥，我
What is he about to say? Something fucking annoying. Ugh. I like don't even want to watch this man right now.
慈善基金的钱是你挪用的吧？
Right? Let's talk about your embezzlement.
绝对没有。
Sir?
我盛少卿就是再混账，的事情一直都是我秘书在负责。
Handled by my secretary? You gonna blame it on your secretary?
不过大哥你放心，我现在已经派人去找了，肯定能给公司一个交代。
I need you to be serious,
这么
sir.
巧，你半个月前监督捐赠的越来。盛少卿
Do you think I'm stupid?
你不如把畏罪潜逃写脸上吧。不会挪用慈善基金的钱。
大哥，我错了。
I almost died. No, be serious, sir. I almost died in that library collapse. Not to mention the reputation, the hit the company took because of you and your shady shit, right? Like people almost died. Be serious. You're not gonna go, oh, I'm sorry, over that shit. He almost died.
那天在医院你说的
And his boo.
这些年来我一直都是骄奢淫逸啊，眼高手低的，从来没有干过一件。
God, and Xiao is going to fall for this because he's kind of soft. I want to see the other siblings. I'm tired of this man. I want to see some of these other siblings. I know we ain't got the budget to hire a bunch of actors to play all these siblings, but I want to see them. Because I'm tired of dealing with this fool.
最后帮我一次吧，我求你了。
输了多少
？30 million.
3700.
Oh, okay. He said 37 million so he can get an extra 7. This fucking bitch. I hate him. I hate him so much. He didn't even say the actual amount. He said a little bit more so he can embezzle the money that he's about to get from his brother. Embezzling is in his veins so much that even when he's asking his brother to cover his debt, he's giving him a fake number, say he can get a little bit off the top. He can skim a little bit off the top. Fuck this guy.
没用的东西。
他给的都说完了。
Yeah, she ain't giving you no more money either. I want to meet his mom. Obviously, he was raised poorly by both the dad and the mom. I'm sure the dad doesn't give a shit about his kids. But like, I feel like I need to meet this woman to see how she truly is, or if she's also just fucking over it with her own son. Like, is he exactly this way with every single member of the family? Is everybody just ready to disown him? Because I am.
支票簿拿过来。
I can't believe you giving him that money. Fuck out of here.
哎，我来。
Nooner totally ruined. He just had probably a great fucking sexual experience up in that lounge. He probably had the time of his life with Huang, and all of that is fucking ruined because of his little brother. Whole buzz gone. Terrible.
花友呢？
花秘书在那儿。
Oh yeah, because he just got absolutely railed.
盛先生腿软了，真会撒娇。
It took all his strength to get down
我
here.
弄了是不是？
Goofy.
在盛先生身边，我就是再活500年都只嫌他。
All right. Chill out.
最美丽的花，放一场火烧成梦的醉里的美，笑都不会错。
I think this is my favorite soundtrack, by the way. Just FYI. I think this is my favorite soundtrack from the show. This like smooth jazz with Eliot's voice, everything. Like, yeah, this is my favorite one. I think I like it definitely more than the main song and Tame Me and all that. This is my favorite. I don't know, his raspy voice, everything is working on this song for me. Then hits up into his falsetto. Lovely. I like that. It's good. It's a good melody. Come on, babe. Let's go home.
我们
弟我那个幡然醒悟，悬崖勒马，重新做人。
What's he planning next time?
能给我个面子呗，行吧？
知道了，地址发给我。
Like, if he put this amount of effort into just doing his regular job, he would be fine.
谁呀
？Instead of being a
陈少卿
nuisance.
说明天约我一起吃个午餐。怎么了？
Pop, pop.
我爸醒了。
Pop, pop.
你去换个衣服。
I was like, he looked panicked. Oh, but he's awake. He's not, like, you know, dying. Well, he's been getting the drugs from ex-holding, so he's in recovery. The way I thought those were pajamas. Sorry, Xing Xiao's outfit is not pajamas. They look like pajamas. Does this not look like? They look like pajamas. You know, not pajamas I would wear, but maybe rich people would wear. That's so funny. I didn't know it was an outfit. Okay. Oh, we finally get to meet Pop Pop. Dude, does he deserve the Pop Pop title? He's, as far as we know from everything that we've learned about him, he's a douchebag. So actually, he's just father. He's not Pop Pop.
怎么不进去？
He's father. Now what do we say? He's been unconscious in this bed because of his or his gland cancer for basically the last 3 years or so, something like that. Because it's been roughly a year, little less than a year probably, since the beginning of the series. And then at that point, he was already in the hospital 2 to 3 years. So, no, 2 years. So, yeah, it's been 3 years since they've had a conversation. Interesting.
盛伯伯，初次见面，我叫花勇。
华勇，少友，我这昏迷了这么长时间才醒，
也去世了。
那你家里还有什么人呢？
刚醒来就急着做人口调查。
Right? You
您不
just
嫌累啊？
came out of like a coma, sir. Like a 3-year coma.
你和
He
小
should
花
honestly not be able to sit up. I'm
交
gonna
往
be
多久了
honest.？
没多久。盛伯伯过奖了，我这个人嘛，的确有点东西的。
He's about to lose it. Oh, I guess this is a montage, not an actual conversation. Why did they decide to do it that way? I wonder. Okay, well, it's fine.
行，我知道了。
I guess we just got him caught up a little.
盛伯伯，你才刚醒没多久，还需要好好休息。如果没有别的什么事的话，不必，没什么是他不能听的。
Quite literally, because standing out the door, he'd still be able to hear this conversation.
盛先生，你们父子俩好久没有聊天了，是该好好说说话。你也在江户吗？
我跟 B 和孩子过来玩。
所以
This is like his
你找我
cousin,
是想
right?
给你们做向导。
你变了，阿勇。
Because he called Shin
以前
Shyamalan
从来不开
earlier
玩笑。
in the series.
我上次打你电话你也没接。
常宇和文朗，他们都让我直接联系你。
He's bothering them.
到底什么事？
我妈问你，
你今年回不回批国扫墓啊？族的任何扫墓，你有回去过吗？
I don't think he
没
wants
事是
to.
吧？没事，我挂了。
Yeah, like, fuck them people.
我还有些事情要问你哎。
怎么给他好呢？
Gossip. Okay.
送一片真心吧，或者赤胆忠心也行啊。
Didn't he already do that? They're married.
你懂什么是赤胆忠心吗？
我只是中文不太好，不是文盲。
阿勇，
说我跟 B 都分居或离婚了。
I wonder if these guys are in like a different show, like not show, different book. I actually don't know that. I've never looked up the book or anything. Is this like a series of books? Because I feel like this is the second time we've gotten a story that feels like it could probably be its own book. You know, like earlier it was with Shyamalan's parent story. That felt like that could be a book. That felt like that could be its own freaking whole story. And then here, I feel like this conversation feels like it's talking about a book in a different series.
我知道全世
Or
界
a
都
book
不看好
in
我
the
和
same
B，
series.
平均每个月有3家媒体。
兄弟我没干。
Oh,
壮大
okay, so
孕
he's
育
an
上
Omega.
瞎眼美人 Alpha。B 一点都不瞎，
K and B is an
他
alpha.
们老是胡说八道。
那又怎么样？你可以再给他生一个。
Not another
再
baby.
生一个孩子，他就会因为
How
这
many
样
kids do you
开心
got? Because clearly they have
如果
multiple.
你的伴侣为你
生了个孩子，你就会很高兴吗？
We're in the baby talk era.
多高兴啊！
先这样。
Hung up on him. Don't be mean. Actually, he's not really mean. He's never been. Have you guys noticed that he's never really been mean to any Omegas? Like, even in the very beginning with Gaotu, he's always, like, really gentle with Gaotu. You guys notice that when he talks to him and stuff? It's interesting. I don't know. He's always mean to Shyamalan. I mean, who wouldn't be? But he's never been mean to. I guess then again, none of those alphas. To be fair, his cousin and Gao Tu have never been trying to push up on Sheng Xiaoyou, so maybe he wouldn't have the same grace with Xu Shen. And what was the other guy? No, he's been mean to Alpha. You know what? I take it back. I forgot about Sheng Xiaoyou's exes. So as long as they're not an Omega that Sheng Xiaoyou used to date, he's really sweet to them. But if you in any way had any kind of intimate relationship with Sheng Xiaoyou, it's a wrap.
什么关系啊？以后迟早会用得上的呀。就看盛先生什么时候愿意给我生。
做梦也该有个限度吧。
我很擅长做梦的。我还很擅长
Again,
让每
he
个人
has
丰
been
富
very upfront about this. It is not going to... See, he's going to get pregnant, and then he's going to look back on every single one of these conversations and be like, fuck. I can't wait.
有什么案例吗？展开说说。
你呀，能和盛先生在一起，就是我最大的美梦。
These two are really sentimental.
刚才盛伯伯是不是跟你讨论我了？
You heard all of that, sir.
花先
Be
生不仅
serious.
很会做梦，还很擅长跟中老年人做低效率沟通。名字都想好
花盛
了。
Oh, he said no. I already named them. It's our names put together. Like, please, we're definitely naming our child by the name that I chose. So fucking funny.
魏红长辈高兴啊，
他对你特别慢。
小名叫花生。
Oh, it's like a play on words. Okay, nice.
你不觉得很好吗？这个名字？
I don't even want to have kids, but I do think about if I did have kids, what would I name my kids? You know? It's a thing that you do sometimes. Even if, like I said, I don't want to have any children now, but
我这里
I've thought about it. Was that just a transition?
今天
It was
一
weird.
会儿让司机送你
Did we need that?
我吃完饭就回去。
Could we not have started here?
盛先生，你都带我见过家长了，你为什么不再带我和未来小舅子？
临时加的人
谁呀？
Standing there with a knife. All
怎么
right,
了
sir.
不方便。
啊，倒也没有，这吧。
不是，是你未来大嫂。你会不会开车啊？
喂，
这位就是大嫂吧？哎，大哥眼光是好。
Weird thing
我
to
来，我来，
say.
我来。
The way I would never say that to my sister. If she brought somebody that she was dating around for dinner with me, I would never go, you have good taste, right in front of that. First of all, that's weird. At most, I would say that like in a private conversation between us where it's like, oh man, I really like, you know, so-and-so, lovely or beautiful or really handsome, you know? How did you guys meet? Like, be normal.
坐。
You have good taste right in front of the person you're talking about? Weird.
怎么选了这个地方？
哦，这边是最近很受欢迎的一家网红餐厅。
这闲钱，不如做点正经投资。
I thought you were supposed to order before you got there.
大哥说的对，
菜点了吗？
我再让他们加点儿。
不必了，就这样吧。
哎，行
I'm
嘞。
not recording this
服务员，
whole
上菜。
scenario. He's like, this seems sus. Already bored? Sus. So I assume he's going to try and attack him with the knife that he was holding earlier. Rip to you, sir. Because Huang's here.
大哥，欧米伽不会喝酒很正常。
哦，没可。花先生，是这样吗？
盛先生说是就是喽。
I mean, obviously we know that he drinks because we literally have seen him drinking in the show, as has Sheng Xiaoyou. I like this like weird, like, I don't want to say weird, but I love this internal conversation that they're clearly having with each other without, you know, the brother there. Or without the brother being involved in it. They're just having like this secret conversation with each other that only they know.
是这样吗？
Now that Sheng Xiaoyou is in on the joke, he can have fun with it, with, you know, Huang pretending to be an Omega. looking nervous there, sir. What's happening?
继续，来，继续。酒的时候多了去了，
This fucking-
我让你喝，喝呀！
He's still in his Omega mode. Hilarious. Very specific. You know, we can see that his attitude, the brothers, what the hell is his name? Xiaoqing. Xiaoqing's whole vibe, his whole attitude is different when Xing Xiaoyou is awake versus now when he's passed out. It's like, oh no, Omega's rarely drink. Don't, you know, push him. And now suddenly it's like, learn how to drink. Yes, all right, sir.
咽下去啊！干嘛？大哥喝多了，你也不陪我喝？
This pantomime. You know that shit's fake.
不过大嫂啊，你别怕，没了他，
Don't touch him.
你还有我。
I know this motherfucker did not just say, I'm gonna kill my brother and then afterwards I'm gonna bang his fiance. Gross. Gross, bro.
没了他，你还有我。
That CGI blood. Those workers you hired tried to tell you that this man is not an Omega.
不可能的！怎么可能？腺体破了还可以活着，腺体破损是致命伤，你怎么可
Stabbed
能
the
没事？
shit out of his neck, by the way. Oh my
什么东
god.
西不可能？像你这种比蟑螂还恶心的废物，
Kind of like when he's covered in blood. Wait.
脸皮真厚。
So we murdering little bro? Or
没
just
了
beating him
他
up?
你还有我。没了他，我要你做什么？留着过年。
You were on the ground, sir. You're not doing anything here. Ooh. Oh, wow. Like full pattern. Interesting. Like his pattern just appears all over his skin? Dope. That's dope.
看在你是小舅子的份上，我一直对你很客气。可你要圣先生的命，B 级、C 级 alpha，还有2个 beta。
And 2 betas? What is the
杀人
point?
犯法，圣先生会不高兴的。太弱，
Like, why even
我都
try?
不敢出手。能不能帮我个忙？帮我让条路。Any volunteers？
Suddenly English? All right.
没人想让吧？
Why try? Why even do this? Do you want to die? Interesting that his pheromones are able to work on betas, though. Right? There was a B class and a C class, and then 2 betas. Right? Interesting. Oh, not a gun. Oh,
这么着急？
yeah, because he can Twilight run. Yeah. There's no way he could get away because he can speed. He's Barry Allen up in this bitch. You know? He's the Flash, literally. The blood spreading across the shirt. It kind of looks like a pattern. Ooh. Rip to you. Oh wow, we are like 40 minutes in. I thought we weren't gonna get any Gaotu or Shyamalan in this episode. We're like 40 minutes in. Yeah. Interesting. All right, he's turned in all of his work and now he's gone.
咱们部门老同事离职，不都会办个欢送
Yeah, we're
会
gonna
吗？
have a farewell
你
party
最近
with
肠
all
胃
the
炎，身体不
secretaries.
太好。等你好了，一定要告诉我，我和同事一起请你吃饭。
In about 9 months.
谢谢你提到。
Oh, that's a good question. Is the gestational period the same in the Omegaverse as it is in our world? I guess it depends on the writer, right? Like some writers probably will change that up. You always get that with fantasy stories where it's like, if somebody gets pregnant, what do you do then? Like, if an immortal character gets pregnant, do you say that their pregnancy is going to last like 5 years or something? Like, that'd be fucking terrible. But if you're immortal, then 5 years is nothing, you know? Like, I don't know. It's interesting to think about. Like, what would be the gestational period in this world for Omegas? Is it different if you're an Omega man versus an Omega woman? Or is it the same? It doesn't matter. Then again, what about Xing Xiaoyou? Because I'm pretty sure he's pregnant now. Is his gestational period going to be the same time as an Omega? Or is it going to be different because he's an alpha and the father of the child is an enigma? And his uterus was grown recently. Was mutated into his body recently, within like the last year. Or do all people have like what is it called? Vestigial? Like womb in uterus? Like like even betas technically have, everybody technically has a uterus, it's just that it's not operational for everyone, just Omegas and beta women. But everyone has it, and then enigmas can just activate it. Interesting to think about. I think that's the word, vestigial, where it's like it's there in your body, but it's not being used, or it's like left over from a previous evolution, that kind of thing, something like that.
高头，我那对黑色的袖扣你放在哪里了？
I'd have to look it up.
在
But
办
I'm
公
not
室
gonna
休
pause
息
right
室
now.
左手边柜子往下数的第二
The
个
fact
抽
that he knows, hilarious. The exact place, hilarious.
哦，谢谢。
Stop texting me for stupid shit.
不客气。
He really sent that. I thought he was gonna erase it. Oh my god.
长什么样？有照片吗？发给我看看。
And he just sends him a picture of himself.
抱歉，
Hilarious.
没有。
怎么可能有人不拍照片？
Just can't communicate appropriately at all. Oh, is this the first time we've seen him at his own home? The way he did not left you on red.
高头，别装死。
Oh, end of the episode. All right. All right, that was episode 14. It was a good episode. I do think this show definitely has a pacing problem. Because I feel like we could have probably, well, first of all, we definitely could have put those last scenes with Gaotu and Sherman throughout the episode. They did not need to be all at the end. We could have interspersed them easily. Especially because they had... there's an implication that it's been at least a few days past within this episode. We definitely could have interspersed that. It was a good episode in other ways though. Like I did like that we got to see Xing Xiaoyou's dad. He woke up seemingly from a 3-year coma with no no need for muscle recovery or anything. Like then again, I guess he's been slowly recovering. No, but he just woke up today. So like no, he should have been struggling a little bit more. But it's fine. It's okay. It's we're at the end of the show. We just gotta wrap some stuff up. We gotta wrap some stuff up. So we got Huang meeting Shen Xiaoyou's dad. He approves of him because Huang seems, very, well-mannered young man. It's like a lovely Omega. Huang got to play an Omega again. And now Xing Xiaoyou is in on the secret, so he gets to find all of this amusing and find it funny and be part of the deception. And so I think it is a part of him that's like actually enjoying a little bit being in the know about, yeah, my Omega partner. And he gets to have like funny in-jokes with Huang, and they have their own like internal world as a couple now. And it's not just Huang's internal world, but rather it's both of them together forming a new world that's just their own, that nobody is allowed entry into. Same thing where Chen Pingming tried to go inside the lounge, and it's like, no, we now are setting boundaries of this is now me and Xing Xiaoyou, our area, our space, our time. And so they're marking out this new reality in which they are part of each other's lives, and they get to as a partnership they get to carve out this space for themselves, whereas we spent the majority of the show not allowing that kind of forward movement for their characters because of Huang's deception and manipulation plan, right? And so this is another reason why I wish we had tightened up the first half of the show so that we got to the reveal point earlier. I think the latest that we should have gotten the reveal to Xing Xiaoyou that Huang is, not an Omega and is the leader of X Holdings, all that should have happened no later than episode 8, so that we could have the whole back half actually exploring them as a couple in a way that felt like they were more on equal footing, because this is the stuff that I'm enjoying the most, is like, hey, now he knows everything. I mean, he doesn't believe everything, but he knows everything, and so we can actually get to know them as a couple authentically. Nobody's lying to each other. We're not keeping secrets. We might have challenges, like we still have issues that we have to work through as a couple. Obviously, we have this shit that's happening with Shaoqing. We've got, is your father going to actually accept me? What do we do about all of my life back in Country P? Like, all of these challenges are still there, but now they are a unit together. And they get to make decisions together, and they get to consider each other in each other's lives. And that is the sweet spot for a couple, for good couple writing, is that how do you work as a unit to face challenges and overcome those challenges? And I feel like the show denied us that between them because we kept the deception storyline on for so long that we didn't get as much time as I really, really wish we could have with the two of them being together authentically. Anyway, I feel like I'm circling a little bit, so we'll go ahead and switch. But that's all I'm saying, is that I really like this sweet spot that we've arrived at where we get to just see them be together, they're just together now. And their storylines are infinitely, I don't want to say more interesting, because I actually did like the deception storyline. I just think it went on a little bit too long in terms of pacing of a 16 episode show. I think that could have been wrapped up a little bit earlier so that we could have more room for the fallout and the new status quo. But this part of their story I'm really enjoying. I really like seeing them be together. And I like how they interact, and I like how Huang is himself. He still has elements of his Omega self, but with all of the confidence and the assuredness of being an enigma, he still likes to do the cooking, and he still likes to be sweet and all that. But now he's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more authoritative, even with Sheng Xiaoyou, and Sheng Xiaoyou is relishing that. He's enjoying that. Like, we could have had this earlier, Huang. If you've been honest, we could have been doing this earlier. Because Sheng Xiaoyou is absolutely responding to the more authoritative and strong-willed version of Huang. Like, he likes that. He likes that he has a little bit of pep, a little bit of, spice, shall we say. He likes it. And so it's clear that he would have definitely been attracted to Enigma Huang. Maybe it would have taken a little bit more time in the initial stage. But once he finally realized that, actually, I really like the mental and emotional jockeying back and forth between two strong-willed people. I like that whole vibe. Once Sheng Xiaoyou realized that he likes that, it would have been, a wrap. We could have gotten this earlier. Anyway, speaking of what we could have gotten earlier, Gatu Shyamalan, they definitely could have had these scenes like in the last episode or something, and then saved their episode for this, save scenes for this episode of like, what do we do now that he no longer works there? Or they could have moved their scenes. This could have been an episode that was just about Sheng Xiaoyou and Huang, and they could have moved their scenes to next episode. We got like maybe 5 minutes of them this episode. That easily could have been in the last episode or in the next episode. And then this could have been reserved for this whole subplot, attempted murder subplot. Because let's talk about fucking that. I mean, we didn't get any new information from the Shyamalan and Gautu storyline. Like, it's basically exactly what, status quo is exactly the same as it was last episode. Just, Shyamalan being annoying on the phone. That's it. Let's talk about Shaoqing and his fucking idiocy. Like, and I wonder, this is why I want to see the other siblings, because I want to see what Sheng Xiaoyou's relationship is with them. Like, obviously he still has his prejudice against bastards, but clearly that's a front. Clearly that's just his hurt, right? His hurt about the betrayal of his father against his mother, that's expressing itself. But clearly he actually loves his siblings. Clearly he actually wants to take care of them. He just finds this one particular a bit annoying, but he still always helps him. Like, no matter what Shaoqing does, he always helps him in the end. Because he probably, I just think that there's a part of him that probably wanted to have siblings and probably wanted to have good relationships with his siblings. But their very existence is a reminder of his father's betrayal. And so he can't fully give in to his desire to have a relationship with them. And then Shaoqing isn't making it easier because Shaoqing is a piece of shit. Is fucking awful. This is why I want to see the other siblings, because I can't believe that all 5 other, I think there's like 6 kids total. So there are 4 other siblings out there. 4 other people. I cannot imagine that the 4 other siblings are like Shaoqing. There's no way. Aren't they like younger too? Like, these 2 are the oldest. They're 2 years apart and they're the oldest. So like the others must be much younger. I wonder if he just has a better relationship with them because they're kids. He must. And I kind of want to see them. I know we don't have the budget and we don't have the time, so we're not gonna, but I wanna. Because I think Sheng Xiaoyou, it would be really sweet older brother. Like, if Shaoqing wasn't a piece of shit, wasn't the absolute turd of the earth, he'd probably be so spoiled and so, like, loved by Sheng Xiaoyou. Because I think there's a part of him that really wants him. And if Shaoqing had been actually a nice brother, actually a good brother, he probably could have easily won Sheng Xiaoyou over, and they wouldn't have had this kind of contentious relationship. Anyway, totally messed up to try and murder him at a dinner that you invited your brother. Like, you invite your brother out to dinner and then you try to stab him in the neck, knowing that gland damage is immediate death for an alpha, or inevitable death. Maybe not immediate, but inevitable death for an alpha. Wow. Wow. And Shen Xiaoyou was totally unsuspecting. Huang is absolutely right. He's extremely... We all were absolutely right, because we all said the same thing, I'm sure. That he's kind of gullible. He's really soft. Which is why I think he really probably wanted to have good relationships with his siblings, because he's a soft boy, right? Like, we know this. Every single time we've seen him alone, he's kind of a soft boy. The flashback to him and the kitten out in the street. Like, this is a soft boy. And so he probably really wanted to have a good relationship with his brother. He invited me out to dinner, all that. And then the brother tries to fucking stab him. Awful. Drugs him and stabs him. Awful. And we got it all on tape because Huang was recording, because he saw all this shit. He was like, this is shady. Let me record this. Although a part of me kind of wishes that he had started recording once he noticed that Shen Xiaoyou was starting to get a little tipsy. He was like, sus. Let me set up my recording. Because it kind of felt like that phone was recording for like over an hour, which is crazy. But maybe it actually didn't take that long for him to start drugging him, and for them to... Maybe only like 20 minutes passed before he tried to murder his brother. So maybe there's enough room in the phone, for enough space in the phone for the recording. But either way, we had this slightly goofy scene of these betas and low tier alphas try and attack Huang, and Huang being all jokey about it, and it's like, sir, be serious. But I guess there was never any fear that the guy would get away, because like I said, the man is Barry Allen. He's a speedster. He's running through the Speed Force right now. I just need us to have a conversation about the fact that he's a speedster. Like, he's about to go back in time and meet Thawne. Something. Like, what is happening? And it actually calls into question, okay, the decision to make Huang a speedster, let's talk a little bit about it. The decision to make Huang a speedster in that one episode where he stopped the kidnapping, or stopped the those other alphas, it kind of has implications for the rest of the show, right? Like, it's like, why is he not doing speedster shit all the time? Like, I understand not doing it right in front of Shen Xiaoyou when you were trying to trick him and deceive him, but why would he not, like, why did that car even get to the warehouse? If you're a speedster, just catch up to them. Stop them. Like, when you saw and realized that that was Shen Xiaoyou in the bag that was being kidnapped, why didn't you just speedster your way over? Unless he intentionally didn't speedster his way to the van and stop them from taking off because he wanted to see what was going to happen, and set up a whole scenario in which he got to rescue Shen Xiaoyou in front of him. Maybe that was part of it. I don't know. Like, I just think it's like the scene. It makes every scene where he doesn't use his speedster powers a little bit like, why? Like, he heard that Shen Xiaoyou was struggling in the lounge earlier in this episode, and has been in there for 2 hours, and he might be in trouble. Why didn't he speedster over to the door? Like, I don't know. It's like, it calls into question a lot of things. I wish they had made him a speedster. They could show his power as an enigma without having him have super speed. I kind of wish they had done something different to show how powerful he is, because now it's like, why aren't you using this all the time? maybe we could argue that back when he was pretending to be an Omega, he was on blockers and whatnot and suppressants, so maybe he couldn't access his speedster powers, but that's not an excuse for right now. He doesn't have that now, so why weren't you using speedster powers all throughout since you revealed that you're an Enigma? Anyway, that's such a tangent, but it's something that I noticed. Anyway, this is a pretty good episode. I'm rambling. We are at an hour and a half, so I should probably wrap it up. But I did enjoy this episode. I did like the playful, sweet aspect between Sheng Xiaoyou and Huang now that they have settled into their real relationship with true honesty between them. Even if half of it Sheng Xiaoyou doesn't believe, Huang at least has been honest with him recently. And like I said, he's attempting to be a little bit more respectful of Sheng Xiaoyou's boundaries now. He's making an attempt. Even the vlogging the brothers beatdown was still a little bit trying to be, respectful of Sheng Xiaoyou's wants. Like, he probably won't want me to murder his little brother, but I also need to beat him up because he absolutely tried to murder us, and this is on tape. Are we arresting this man? Are we going to get him arrested? Because that was attempted murder. Are we throwing him in jail? I hope. I guess we don't know because it ended with Huang holding a gun on him and just going bang, just to intimidate him. But I hope the next episode just shows us him pistol whipping him into unconsciousness, and then hopefully he gets arrested and all of his shady shit that he's been doing in the company and to try and kill his brother gets exposed to everyone. Now the dad's awake, so the dad can be in the mix with them, and realize hopefully that all of his philandering ways is what led his family here. Interesting to talk about. Sorry, I know I said I was going to wrap it up, but I do want to talk about this. Interesting that we had the father wake up here, but we don't have, and you have that awkward moment between him and Sheng Xiaoyou where they don't quite know how to talk to each other yet. But it's so interesting how much hatred Sheng Xiaoyou has for Shaoqing, but it doesn't seem like he has a similar level of hatred or resentment towards his father, even though he definitely should. Have equal, perhaps even more. Well, maybe not more, because Shaoqing also, it's his hatred of Shaoqing is not purely because he's a bastard. It's also because he's a piece of shit. Shaoqing is a piece of shit, and he's proven that over and over and over again. So the hurt and the anger that Xiaoyou has expressed towards Shaoqing is almost separate from the whole "you're a bastard child." Because his own actual actions have caused their relationship between them to deteriorate. Whereas, I guess maybe it's not the same with the father. Like, he still has resentment and still is angry, but because maybe the dad doesn't treat him like absolute garbage, so they don't have the worst relationship they could possibly have. Then again, we truly have never seen like a flashback with him and his father. So we don't know how he was before his father got gland cancer. So maybe the gland cancer is actually, it would definitely have changed the relationship that he has with his father, because his father almost died, right? And has been slow dying for like the last 3 years. So his feelings about his father would probably be changed by that. I wonder if it felt different before he was dying, if he hated him more then, but now that he was, he almost died, he softened up towards his father a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how the dad interacts with them going forward. I mean, we only have 2 more episodes. You guys, we're in the final 2 episodes. We have the penultimate next, and then the finale. So 2 more weeks, you guys, because I'm filming this on the day that this episode dropped. 2 more weeks, and then we'll be done with Desire, the series, ABO Desire. Can you believe it? What a ride! What a ride, you guys! Anyway, I think that's everything I want to say. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Go on over to Patreon if you're interested in full-length early access to the show as well as other shows I have on my channel. By the time you're seeing this on YouTube, I will definitely be done over on Patreon. I'm trying to do release once a week. I just don't have time to do twice a week. I started off with doing twice a week, I think, and then I had to drop down to one just because the editing takes a long time and I just don't have time now that I've moved to a new position in at my job. It's just I don't have time to edit after work Monday through Friday, so I have to edit and film all on Saturday and Sundays. So I just don't have time because I'm working really long hours. But by the time you're seeing this, I'll definitely be done over on Patreon. I don't know what I'm replacing this with. Probably Kimjira. I just started filming Kimjira, so I'll probably, drop down to I want to drop down to about 3 episodes over on Patreon, or 3 shows at a time on Patreon. Right now I'm doing 6. Can you believe it? I'm releasing 6 shows over on Patreon at the same time. So I'm going to drop down to like 3. And then on YouTube, I'm going to drop down to just 2. I think I'm just going to do 2 shows in terms of releases over there. And I think probably I'll pick up Kimjira after this and after... it's Kimjira, Kill to Love, and Chaser Game W. And then there'll be, then I have Story of Kuning Palace is still releasing, as well as I'll be releasing Moving soon. So maybe I won't be dropping down to 3 over on Patreon. I have too much going on. It's so much going on right now. Maybe I'll hold off on Kimjira until later. I'll film it right now while it's airing, but I'll hold off on actually releasing it until a little bit after. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I'm able to do. All right. Let me know what you guys think. If you like and subscribe, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Baby, it's whatever. All this ever, but you long gone, it don't matter.